Okay, either way, I think I only had one more thing that was like a big thing that I could add, is that in the business that they might come into contact with each other in is the slavery one. Or just the Dirty Deeds version, because, you know, let's admit it, raiders like doing dirty deeds. They love it. They live for it. People that are trying to live up the organized crime and make it look like they're not doing what they're really doing prefer to keep their hands nicely washed. So there's two options. Either we could do something where he ends up using them for something. Now what that would be, we're going to have to think about. It might take dreaming up some antagonists and things like that. Because mine are not money or, like, driven. They're simply survival of the fittest and survival and fuck everybody else and wins the next party, and the only ones that are really money driven are the operators, which, so it kind of sucks that I'm not working with them. They probably would have made a deal with him faster. But that's because they are almost the same exact type of group. And then the second thing would be if they end up needing him for some reason. I know that money laundering is different than making it, but it just made me think of laundering. You just made me lose my train of thought. Now I have to fucking remember where I was going with this. And I've also got Pop-Tart Baby here banging Pop-Tarts and shaking her head around. If that's what you do go with, though, that's already an immediate, like, because we know that they like bullying people for what they have. They don't get it on their own. So, just threatening him into an easy friendship could be the way to go about this. And then as we go, we'll figure out how to make it, well, more uneasy or less uneasy. I guess it just depends what we feel like doing. And that's why I suggest like Medics and Fury, because those are like the least popular, the hardest to get, pretty much. They are extremely hard to get, like, and I think it's Medics, it's also the most addictive, like, substance, as far as, like, new age substances go. I love your thinking. Like, I can already imagine this. That's great. As far as, like, the current thread, we'll have to think about, like, where they may have been traveling to. Because mine clearly got the jump on them. So it's the only thing that you'll be responsible for coming up with. Otherwise, it sounds like with his name and the way that you talked about him and shit, like, he's someone that if he's from the area, they know who he is. I mean, people aren't stupid. People think that raiders are stupid, and maybe some of them are. Maybe some of them are completely cracked. I have a couple that are cracked beyond anything. Like, they're 3 fucking notches away from just sitting there and, like, in a corner and just gnawing on some rope and going for the rest of their fucking lives. But the rest of them do have a brain, and they will know if somebody has a name that's, like, that well known. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on, I gotta get her out of here. She's, no, I want down. I don't want no more puppy. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I guess it would be rogue to him. And end up being cozying up to them. I can definitely see that happening. Would you stop that? I literally get up to fucking take her out of her chair and she goes, give me more Pop-Tart. Now she just keeps putting it on the fucking... You're about done with your Pop-Tarts, man. That's what you're about done with. Last little detail is that, setting. I know you always say, I can't imagine setting, it sucks. I always feel like I'm writing on a blank white screen of paper. I always think of setting, personally. And for some details and discussions, you know, when you need to know those types of things, I just want you to let you know, you have entire liberties here. You do not have to say that, you don't have to look up a canon city. Name your city Poopdra City of Mountain Beluga and have the mayor be Captain Bareface. Like, I don't even care. Population 2.0, like, I don't care. That's the fun part of RP, is like, fuck using a canon city. If your guy's that big of a fucking of a dude, let's not put him in a canon city anyway, because yeah. So you could say that his city was 10 miles away, or that his city was 50 miles away. I literally don't care. You could say that it was made out of, I'm gonna have to go remember, I think it was, Massachusetts was where this game, but it wasn't in Massachusetts where this theme park was. Anyway, point being, you can Google up a town in Massachusetts that has a name and say, they rebuilt it and it was wonderful, and it looks like the Bahamas now. Like, I don't even care what you do. They made a fortress of semi-trucks. Like, that is the freedom you have, is all I'm saying.